So, in today's class, we will be starting with the Busy software, right? It is a software, accounting software, just like Tally, but obviously the interface, the how it works, it is very different. Okay, yes, let's start. Busy software. So, Busy software is again the accounting software which helps me in updating my records, right? Regarding accounts, the financial records. So I can record my purchase entries, my sales entries, and I can also make GST applicable in this accounting software. And I would say, as compared to Tally, this is having a little simple interface, right? And it was introduced in Delhi only in Pragati Maidan in 1994. Officially, it was launched in 1994, and unofficially, I would say the rumors and everything was like not a formal package of this software was talked about in 1993, right? So, busy accounting software is, I would say, kind of substitute to Tally software, and it is much more simple, affordable, right? And it it was basically introduced just to make small business also make use of such accounting softwares in their business. So let's see what is Busy software. What is Busy? Busy is an integrated business accounting, and management software for micro, small, medium enterprises with over 4 lakh licenses sold in over 20 countries. It is one of the leading business accounting software, right? So when I talk about this, it is one of the most sold accounting softwares, and the main purpose, as I say, is to capture these small and medium enterprises, right? And it is now being sold in over 20 countries. It is one of the most leading business accounting software as compared to Tally. So purpose was to focus this small and medium enterprises, micro enterprises who were being ignored. And I would say Tally was not a very comfortable software for these small enterprises. They required a proper training, right, to operate on. But this also requires training, of course, but it has much more simple interface as compared to Tally. So, what are the salient features of the Busy software? The salient features are number one, financial accounting. Financial accounting means we can operate in multiple currencies, right? So financial accounting is possible in multiple currencies, not only in rupees, but yes, of course, when we are having branches in other countries also, and we are having the international trade, and we are receiving money in dollars, so we can just make an account for that in this software. Then it is multi-location inventory management. Multi-location inventory management means, as we learned in Tally, that we created go downs and we made a record that this much raw material is stored in this much go down, right? So we can also make records of go downs in multi-location in this Busy software. So it has multi-location inventory management. We can create go downs, and when we are selling, we can mention from which go down it is going. So when we mention that, so we can have an update on that go down, right? That suppose I'm selling, I have 10,000 units in go down 1, right? And I'm having 20,000 units in go down 2. Total, I'm having 30,000 units, and I am selling from go down 1. That is my sales which are being delivered to customer. They're leaving from go down 1. So suppose I've made sale of for rupees maybe 20,000, out of which I would say 5,000 units are being sent from go down 1. Right. So 5,000 is being sent from go down 1. So now the go down 1 inventory should be updated to 5,000. This is also automatically done in business software. So this is called inventory management. See, we can obviously specify that it is going from go down 1, but it should automatically be updated, right? So just like Tally, we have multi-location inventory management in this also. Then again, we have production and bills of material. What do we mean by that? We can create bills of material. If you all remember, in Tally, what we used to do was, when we are running a business, of some product which is being assembled within our organization, right? So when we are selling, for example, desktops, laptops, and the screen, the keyboard, the mouse, the software, the CPU, the motherboard, all is being assembled within our organization. So that required bills of material, right? We used to mention all the raw materials. We used to create bills of material, and as soon as we created one category of laptop, maybe basic desktop, right? And then we used to create premium desktop. Premium desktop and basic desktop had the difference that of the screen, that premium desktop has a premium screen and basic desktop has basic screen, and all other configurations used to be same, right? So in that case, we create bills of material such that we know to create one basic desktop we need this much bills, this much raw material, right? One screen, one keyboard, one mouse, one motherboard, and so on, right? All the requirements that are there for the configuration of a basic desktop. So if you all remember, maybe slightly, it was like 5 to 7 classes back, we created bills of material in Tally, and then we used to, when I used to create that bills of material page, and then we used to go to the voucher, right? In voucher, we used to have this to have produce one desktop. It used to automatically pick what it requires to produce one desktop, right? So this is also possible in busy software production or bills of material. Then we have sales or purchase order processing. Now, what does we mean by that? Sales or purchase order processing means that we can also record sales or orders which are under process, means which are not immediately done. That the customer says we need this units, and we have handed over to him or her, and sales are done. No, sometimes sales require multiple steps. So when sales require multiple steps, right, like issuing the quantity, and then getting the auctioned price, sometimes we quote, make quotations, and we try to sell at the lowest price as compared to the other sellers in the market, and then quotation is improved, then sample is being sent. After sample is approved, we send the main quantity. So this is sales order processing. It has multiple steps when we are proceeding towards the final sale, right? So busy accounting software also accounts for this sales or purchase order processing. Similarly, when we are going to purchase something, like we are purchasing our raw materials and we want to buy it at the best price, and we select the lowest bid, we select the best seller in the market, we get few samples of different sellers, and then we approve, and after approving we make the final purchase quotation. So this is purchase order processing. Purchase order or sales order processing means it has multiple steps in making a final purchase or final sales. Then we have fully user configurable invoicing. Fully user configurable invoicing means detailed invoicing. Detailed invoicing means everything is mentioned on the invoice, right? Whether it is GST number, it is GST, how much GST on which product, whether it is IGST applied or CGST, SGST applied. This is about tax. Then we have the details of seller, details of buyer. So what you all want to see on your invoice, you can configure that accordingly. It can be customized. So you can customize your invoice, what you all want to see in your invoice. User configurable documents and letters. Now, obviously, we can also configure the documents, the letters. What kind of documents? Maybe like when you are making a sale, so you want a sales receipt. So that is a document, right? That is a voucher basically, which is vouching the sales in the organization. So sales receipt is like we can have the receipt maybe for the goods being delivered or for the money being received, right? So delivery note is different, then cash receipts or money receipt is different. Whatever configuration you want to make in those vouchers, in those receipts, that can be done. Then we have sales tax reports or registers. So, whatever tax are being imposed on sales, those reports are also prepared in busy accounting software, and we can just have a view. Earlier, when there was VAT, value added tax, right before GST, right? In previous class, we discussed that only, that value added tax was before GST, and in value added tax there was a multiple double taxation. So that is why GST was introduced. So value added tax, but value added tax existed in our society a few years back, we had to prepare reports regarding that. So VAT reports or registers state wise was also possible. Then MFG trading excise registers, manufacturing and trading excise registers are also prepared in this busy accounting software, right? So whatever trading you are doing, maybe internationally, whatever excise duties are being imposed and you are paying, that register that is also automatically created, and you can just have a view of such reports. Then service tax, TDS, fringe benefit tax, right? You can also have a view of service tax if any imposed. TDS means it also includes, right? Service tax, TDS, FBT if any applied on any item, right? Then direct email or SMS facility. So you can also email any invoice or SMS any invoice to the customer. That is also available. You can do it, right? Maybe you are, suppose, making a purchase of raw materials, and you want to send the payment receipt that you have paid this much amount on delivery, and they have to issue payment receipt. So you can send a document that this much amount has been paid, so please issue me the payment receipt. So if you want to get payment receipt issued, you can mail the supplier for the informing them about the final payment. Then MIS reports and analysis. So this is for the board of directors. If you want to have analysis on the reports on the financial statements, then busy accounting software also helps us in getting those reports. Now, evolution of busy accounting software. How did this software evolved over time? Let's see that. In 1993, it was first, like I said, it was unofficially talked about. Busy's first version was introduced with financial accounting and sales tax reports, right? So it was first introduced, but officially it was launched in 1994 with invoicing and inventory features. Then the company transitioned to a window based application, simplifying the product portfolio into three standardized categories. So in 2000, it was introduced as a Windows based application, and it was simplifying the portfolio. This means we were having financial accounting, sales tax reports, and inventory invoicing features, right, as a window based application. So it was basically evolved from 1994 to 2000. Then it is busy. Busy swiftly adapted to VAT in Delhi by introducing a VAT compliant version. So in 2005, when there was value added tax introduced into society, right, and this was being followed, so this software, busy software, was updated to accommodate the VAT transactions also in our financial transactions. Then in 2008, busy expanded its presence into Middle East market. In 2009, the company launched a pioneering remote access edition, providing users with anytime, anywhere access to accounting data via the internet. So in 2009, we were able to access busy accounting software from remote computers also. Remote means you can, like, this is my main laptop on which I'm working. All my data is stored on busy accounting software in this laptop. But suppose I'm traveling and I need to access my data, and there is some desktop available with busy accounting software installed to me, then I can just log in and access my data. Right, so that is remote login. Earlier, before 2009, it was not available, but 2009 onwards, this remote access was also introduced. And I would just like to brief that busy accounting software and tally accounting software, they cannot be installed on MacBooks, right? They are only window-based applications. You can use on MacBook only by running Windows OS first in your hard drive, and then you can install. And there are certain applications also available on Play this App Store, but they are not like fully main softwares of Busy or Tally. Okay, in 2012, again, I'm sorry for this writing error, Busy introduced Busy 12 featuring enhanced functionalities like quotation, customizable reports, SMS email access, and auto backup. So after 1994, not 1994, after 2000, when it was like fully launched with accounting, inventory features, and invoicing features, there was update in the software according to the societal needs. Like VAT was introduced, so VAT features were updated in 2005. Then remote access edition was introduced in 2009. Then in 2012, like other user friendly I would say, yes, user friendly features were available on this busy accounting software, right? So in 2012, you could also issue quotations, customized reports, and we had SMS email facility, auto backups. Auto backups means you have put your software in auto backup mode, and it will automatically back up after 12 hours or 24 hours, right? So you can obviously choose not to auto backup. Then 2014, Busy 14 launched with new features including triggers and alerts, SMS email, payroll, and browser based data access, right? So Busy 14 was also introduced with such softwares, with such features like payroll. Payroll means we could also account for the salaries being paid, right? That's why we said that TDS, fringe benefit tax on non-monetary benefits. If you all remember, we learned about this when we were doing TDS. So that is also accountable and recorded in Busy accounting software. Then in 2016, Busy 16 was launched. So as you can see, just to be familiar when this version was there, whatever was the year, that year was the last two digits of that year was attached with the Busy software, just to make sure that this version was introduced in this year. So Busy 16, Busy 14, Busy 17, 18, right? So Busy 16 launched with a wide range of new business features, including inquiries management and customer support management. Now, all these features are just to our advantage, right? Not the major changes, but yes, of course, there are very value added features that we can make. Customer support management also, we can conduct customer support management through this software. In 2017, Busy 17 was released with GST features to help business in India, right? And comply with new tax regime. Now, it was the time when GST was introduced and value added tax was removed. And I will say it is not completely removed even now. But yes, to accommodate for GST, Busy 17 had to be introduced. So again, it was a major change. Then Busy 18 was unveiled with an auto e-way bill solution for Indian users, as well as extensive VAT solution designed specifically for GCC countries, right? So e-way bill solution means automatically the bills were issued on emails to Indian users, and VAT solution was also there to GCC countries. Then we have Busy introduced in 2019. Busy introduced innovative and powerful inbuilt GSP features. Now, what is GSP features? Generalized system of preferences like auto GSTR1, 2A, 2B, 3B reconciliation, and GST. Just a second. Auto GSTR1, 2A, 2B, 3B, reconciliation, and GSTIN, HSN validation, etc. So basically, in 2017, Busy accounting software was updated with GST features, and it was continuing with same till 2019. Right? So after 2019, there is no such major feature that is being introduced. But yes, this busy accounting software has been updated on this GST feature, which we will try to learn in coming classes. Now, first thing that we should be learning in busy accounting software is how to create a company in busy accounting software, right? So we know that busy accounting software is a substitute to Tally, but it is a easy substitute. And easy substitute means it is affordable as compared to Tally, and it user interface is friendly. So it has user friendly interface, which we will see in coming slides. How does it look like? And let's see. Just let's read how do we create a company in busy accounting software. So first what we have to do is open busy accounting software. We need to launch the busy accounting software on your computer, right? Basically, what we do is we just obviously run the setup. After copying the setup in our Windows laptop or desktop, we just run the setup. After running the setup, we just get the busy accounting software opened, and when we have software in our computer, we have to just launch it. Now, second step, navigate to company information and go to the company info module with the software. So let's see side by side how does it look like before moving further. So this is how busy accounting software looks like. If you can see on the top, it is busy 21. So of course, yes, the softwares have been updated with minute changes, and we are having the screen of busy 21 software, and it's a demo copy. It's not the final official version. There is a support number also mentioned on this busy accounting software. Now we have this tabs here. The screen appears blue, right? Unlike Tally, it was green. So we have company, administration, transactions, display, print, email or SMS, housekeeping, help, and favorites. We have to open company if it is already created, but now we are learning how to create company. So we will click on this, right? After launching, the first step is launch the business software. Oh, sorry, busy software. Launch by double clicking. Number 2, click on create company or select create company, right? As you can just see, there is a backup data, restore data available. These are the features: split financial year, delete company, re-index databases, convert data to old structure, set data directory, select busy model, license management, training or help videos, check busy updates. You can check if there is any update available. Download busy agent, exit busy. So if you want to exit and close the software, the option is here, right? There is no cross button on top. You have to close it from here. Now let's read further. After going to the company info module within the software, add a new company button to create a new company profile, and then input the necessary information. As soon as I go for the create company option, I get a screen, right, where they ask me all the details. Just like Tally, we have to fill all the basic details like company name, address, contact information. Of course, now they will, in Tally, what we used to do for GST, we used to select. How do we used to select? We did in last class only F11. Then we used to select F3 statutory and taxation. And then this is what I'm talking about, Tally. And I'm talking about how to activate GST on Tally. And we just did it in last class. I'm just revising so that we can compare that in this we do not activate any GST. And Tally we used to activate GST, F11, F3 statutory and taxation, enable GST, yes. But here there is tax registration number that we need to specify. That is, we are working from the start for the GST thing. If suppose you do not have GST IN, That is unique identification number regarding goods and services tax. You can just avoid this. Then currency, financial year, other relevant settings. Let's see what do they ask. I'll show you on screen. So after creating company, first it will say that busy user registration, that I am going to register one company. Kindly register with your details to run busy in evaluation mode. Right? Do you want to register now? So I will say yes. I have to. This is a pop-up after this create company. This pop-ups comes and I have to click yes for further registration. And then it asks these basic details like name, organization, contact person, mobile, email ID, dealer ID, city, country. And after saying okay to this, there is a mobile OTP and email OTP they ask for. And obviously, it will be sent on the mobile number which is specified here and email ID which is specified here. So after filling the OTP, first I have to fill this mobile OTP, then email OTP, and then have to validate OTP. In case we have not received or there is some confusion, we have the recent OTP option also, right? So after filling this, we have this create company whole screen. After validating myself for user registration, I have this create company screen. So this is how it is different from Tally. In Tally, there was no OTP thing required. After going on gateway of Tally, we just had create company option, right? In masters. But here we have the create company option on top, right? And then we have to say yes that we want to get registered. We have to quickly fill up very basic details. These are not very high details like address and GST IN number. They are having very basic details of not of the company. They are talking about the user. That user, the person who is going to operate on this busy accounting software, his basic details. And after validating the mobile and email OTP, we can then create a company. So this is how it look like. Name, for example, we are filling the company information, Horrell Goswami accounts. Print name, what should be the print name? Should it be different? Should it be same? Right? Horrell Goswami accounts, I'm selecting as same. Right? Or if there is any short name, maybe if I want to specify HGA, right? I can do that. Then address, GT Road, Ranchi. Whatever I want to put. Country, India. State, I'm talking about Jharkhand. PIN code is here. CIN, if any. A PAN number, of course. Telephone number, ward. Now, here we have to specify financial year beginning from and books commencing from 1st April 2024. Account details we can specify here, name, email, mobile, and CA details if we want to put name, email, mobile, right? So there were no CA details in Tally if you observed, right? Then additional information. Now this is whole on one screen if you all can see. We have the basic company information, then we are having the currency information, right? And then we are having the GST or VAT information. So currency symbol, rupees. This is, if you can see, it is very simple as compared to Tally, right? You just have to select. And there are options given, rupees, dollar, etc. Currency string. This is the symbol, right, which I want to have. And this is the name of the currency. Rupees. As you can see, they have just elaborated the term rupees, dollar, and here it is only symbol. Currency substring. Substring means after the decimal, what do you want, right? Paisa for Indian currency, cent for US currency. Then currency font, rupee, right? Currency character, this R. Row. So this is all about currency, and as you can see, this also supports multiple currency busy accounting software. Then we have enable GST or value added tax to yes. We can enable or disable. Type GST. So this is all on one screen. You can see everything is there on one basic screen. There are no multiple screens. Then we have enable cess. You can do it to yes. Enable additional cess, your option. GST IN number to be specified. Type of dealer regular. Default tax rate this much and default tax rate to this much. Obviously, you have to specify the numbers and copy master's configuration and uses from existing company. Do you want to copy any profile of this, any configuration of this, or any user from this existing company? Not required. Copy configuration, copy masters and configuration. So when I say not required, I'm not creating any copy of this company. Why do we create copy? The purpose of creating copy is when I say copy configuration, right? This is basically I want to maybe create two or more companies, right? And I want the same configuration so that I can just change the name. When I say copy masters and configuration and everything, in that case, I want to create like backup, right? So currently I'm selecting not required, but I can choose as per my requirement. And as soon as I click save button, I can like quit here. When I say quit, nothing will be saved and I'll be back to the user registration screen. What is the user registration screen? This one, right? As soon as I click on save, you can see this is a loading bar, this which has reached only up to 6%, right? This is the loading bar. This will load and this will save my company details. So this is how we proceeded. We save the company information after entering all the required details. Now create accounts. Create the necessary accounts such as bank account, sales account, purchase account. Set up GST tax settings. So configure GST or tax settings if applicable to your business. What do we mean by that? If applicable to business means if you have GSTIN number, then only you can go. If you are crossing the threshold limit, if you all remember, we had just read about the threshold limit, 40 lakhs for the businesses and 20 lakhs for some business. If I'm crossing that limit and I have my GSTIN number, I will avail this GST settings. If I am not crossing that threshold limit, I do not have GST number, this is not required for me. So busy accounting software is basically having the option of this GSTIN, right? And it depends upon your business category whether you will be availing that option or whether you will not be availing that option. So for let's just revise in simple way what we all did. We had user registration first, right? In which we filled all basic details of user. After user registration, and it was not done in Tally. We will compare side by side what was happening in Tally. User registration was not there. It was like basically company details. Then we had company details, and after company details, we have to create these sales account, purchase account, and so on. We will learn about this in coming classes, and then we can also do GST settings if applicable to my business. Also, you can customize reports and other settings according to your company's needs. So let's see the slides again. So after saving this company details, we are having this screen, features and options screen, where we have regional settings. Now, what do we mean by regional settings? Regional settings means according to your states and union territories, right? Now, as we did in previous classes, this the state which we specify, maybe Kerala, it has Kerala flood cess, or Union Territory, that is Daman and Diu and Dadar and Nagar Haveli, which have now been declared two different union territories. These all states and union territories have different way of GST taxation, different rates or different cess applicabilities, right? So all these settings are available in these regional settings. Then we have display settings. Display settings means what all reports you want to see, what you want to have, and how you can configure them. If you remember in Tally, I'll just bring Tally again here. There was a very common button on every scheme, that is F12, which is to configure. Configure means, what do we mean by configure? Configure means I want to customize change in a particular document, in a particular report according to my needs. What all I want to show in my document, in my report, right? So suppose in payment receipt, right? In payment receipt, I want to show the payment details, right? Date. These are the obvious details, amount. But along with that, I want to have PAN number also. of supplier, right? And GSTIN number also of supplier, if any, address of supplier, if any. Obviously, there is address. So it's not if any, it was just copied from GSTIN statement. PAN number would obviously be there. GSTIN is an optional. So if I want PAN number, GSTIN, address details also. See, these are not like invalid details. Why do we want to have so much details on payment receipts? We want to have these details so that whatever and whenever it is required to make payment, and whenever we need to make such we need such information, we can quickly have an access of any of the bill. Contact number, of course. Some people keep it simple. They say payment receipt, only the payment details, amount, and date, right? And just the contact number, not even the address, not PAN, not GSTIN. Obviously, so all these details of both buyers and sellers on a particular receipt, I can configure through F12. So display settings here helps us in configuration here. As compared to Tally, we have display settings here. How I want to choose my profit and loss statement. This was an example of payment receipt or invoices, or you can make changes in delivery notes, whatever details you want to have, delivery note number or not, right? Whatever is the case. And suppose if I'm talking about my profit and loss account statement, whether I want to see profit and loss account statement as two statements. Just let me just rub this off so that I can write again. So profit and loss statement, we know that profit and loss statement talks about direct and indirect income, right? Direct income means which I am getting from my operations of the business, and indirect income means which I am not getting from my operations of the business, but it is like maybe my rental income and everything. So I have two options, right? I have two options of configuration of profit and loss account, which we didn't talk yet even in Tally. Whether I want to show, we had some kind of discussion in Tally, like whether we want to see vertical statement of profit and loss, if you all remember, horizontal view or vertical view, quarters view or monthly view, right? That is also configuration, but this also category of configuration which I'm talking about, whether I want to divide my profit and loss statement into trading account and P&L account, or I want to club as one income statement. Either I can have this one income statement where we will first talk about direct expenses, direct incomes, indirect expenses, indirect incomes, right? This is one income statement. And in this division, we have two statements. First, we have trading account where we talk about direct expenses, direct income, and we have gross profit, which is carried forward to P&L account, right? And then we have P&L account here where we mention gross profit here, we mention indirect expenses here, indirect incomes here, and then we calculate net profit. So this is like dividing profit and loss account into two statements, and this is having one income statement. So this configuration display settings of financial reports can also be done or chosen in display settings. Then we can also change the view of balance sheet, whether I want to have a vertical view or I want to have the horizontal view. I hope you all remember what do we mean by vertical and horizontal view of balance sheet, right? Vertical means we are having a not the T form. We are first talking about our liabilities and then we are talking about our assets. And this is also one of the kind of accounting principles where we follow, and we had a good discussion on this. When I'm talking about vertical view, vertical display of my balance sheet, this is not vertical, this is horizontal. This is vertical, where we talk about liabilities first. We list down all our liabilities, long term, then current, and any other, of course, including investments, long term liabilities, and short term. And then we talk about our assets. So this is vertical view of balance sheet. First talking about liabilities, then seeing all the assets. right? And there is a purpose. It's not, we can obviously choose the settings vice versa, but mostly 99% of the time it's this way. Reason being, we first want to have a view of all the liabilities and then the assets. And this is, here we have assets and here we have liabilities. We have the view of both liabilities and assets together at par. So, and obviously in vertical, not in horizontal, I would say. If I do it in horizontal, it would be like very big statement. In vertical, also we can have like quarter balance sheets. Like after every quarter, we are having the summary as of balance sheet. In this, it's also possible, but it will be like long page. So it we basically do it in vertical only, quarter or monthly or maybe half yearly balance sheets. Mostly it is quarter or half yearly balance sheets in vertical view. So all these display settings in vouchers, in receipts, in invoices, in balance sheets, in a financial reports, cash flow statement, fund flow statement, profit and loss statement, we can change settings here. Now, if I talk about general settings means if I want to make any general changes, maybe regarding the company's address, right? Or contact information. Or suppose now my business is flourishing and I want to update my business with GSTIN number, I can do it on this general setting. Then we have accounts. If I want to make any changes regarding my account settings, that how basically the purchase account, the sales account, and what accounts we have under those main headings, we can make configurations here. Then inventory, whatever we note about raw material, right? Raw material, the rate at which it is being recorded, the unit in which it is being recorded, everything related to that is in inventory. Then GST or value added tax. If I am operating my business as per GST, see, there are still many businesses who are operating under VAT. Even though GST has been introduced, but still the government is trying to cover up all those organizations who are operating under value added tax, right? Which is obviously not officially right. So, but yes, GST, VAT, I would say that this software still provides the option. It's not like GST is introduced, so VAT features have been deleted. So we can make access to these features in this tab. Then we have TDS, TCS. As I mentioned earlier, that when we were reading about evolution of busy accounting software, we just saw that there was like salary recording, payroll introduced. Payroll means recording of salaries, recording of TDS being deducted, fringe benefit tax. So TDS, TCS options is also available, and filing of the returns and everything. Then POS, we will do this later, though it's not officially in our syllabus. We'll just have a rough reading on this. Inquiry and support management, enterprise features, right? So this is all trade specific. POS is point of sale, right? So any changes required in this, we can go on this tab. And as you can see at the lower row, the lowest row in this, which I'll just highlight it, this one. It mentions the name of the company which I've selected, right? Horil Goswami accounts and the company ID. It also specifies the financial year, GSTIN if any, the user details which we filled earlier, it is here, and the state, listening port, BLS valid up to, not applicable, your company logo. If you have provided any logo, it will be here. And if I want to quit from the screen, I can press ESC, right? And similar to Tally, we have this shortcut keys available right over this right hand side of the screen. F1 for help, obviously they are not same. F1 underscore for add account, F2 underscore for add item, F3 to add master, F3 underscore to add voucher, F5 underscore to add payment, somewhat similar maybe, but not very much. F6 underscore to add receipt, F7 underscore to add journal, F8 underscore to add sales, F9 underscore to add purchase, right? So we have payment, different to purchase. Payment means when I'm making any payments. That is, my cash is going out. Whether it is for my purchase of raw materials or whether I'm paying rent, I will add in this payment mode. And what do we mean by purchase? When I'm making purchase on credit basis. So credit, it's similar. The basic is kind of similar to tally in such a way that if I want to record cash payments, whether for my purchases, whether for my indirect purchases, like indirect expenses, not indirect purchases, rent or electricity, payment will be selected. Then the good thing about this busy accounting software is that we have other options also. If I want to select balance sheet, B underscore balance sheet, T underscore trial balance, then stock status, account summary, account ledger, item summary, item ledger, GST summary, switch user, F underscore for configuration, lock program, okay, training videos, GST portal search menu, and if I want to have an access to calculator, it is F10. As soon as I press F10, I can have an access to calculator. Obviously, date of the PC is also mentioned, right? So this is somewhat like similar to tally, but not very much as it is. And obviously, it has advantage as compared to tally. So in next class, we will learn about making purchase entry, sales entry in busy software, and then over the time we will learn about GST and payroll in busy accounting software. We will also do the payroll thing in busy accounting software, right? So that's all for today. If you have any questions, you all are most welcome. Thank you, everyone.